Hello there, so yeah man, it's Daniel here. Today was very, very stressful. Like the thing is, look how crazy this shit is. No perspective. In the beginning of right at the beginning of the day, and then right in the end. And you know what's the common denominator? One person, my supervisor. Like yesterday, she said, yeah, you should get back to the group, like whatever. Okay, fine. But of course, once I got there, like I didn't go like right to my old desk. But I would go there anyway because I know that she would go and say, "Oh, you need to get back to your desk." Fine, but then, like I got lucky, just died this lead, and I was wrestling with this lead. I was like, was hard to book this lead. She was like, yeah, I'm not financially qualified. I'm like, I don't care. Like, at this point, I don't care. I need to practice. I need to practice, man. I don't care. And then I'm like, oh, but then and then I was like almost getting, but like, like there was still like some, a little push left. And also, I need to just not tip, like, bip, Freaking like, you know? Um, and then she went, and then she started talking with me again, man. Like, when I was in the call, I was like, on the phone with her, and like, I was focused. And then, like, she said, and then, like, of course, I like, was a little, but like, not mumbled, stuttered. I stuttered a little. But like by the end of it, I was able to book her. I don't know if she's gonna show up. But, like regardless, man, because imagine if that was like I don't know someone about to buy like whatever, man. Like because I never did that. I never like not even like with anyone. Not like the person is like on the call, and then I go talk with the person when the person is on the call. I never did that. Never. Like, well, I'm honest. The like the maximum that I did was like there was this rep. She was on the call, but like I didn't talk with her. I just gave her like one thing that I bought, but like that was it. And then I did very subtle, and then I was like, you know, I was shut, like because I know how important this shit is. And she did that like, and it's not like the first time. It's already the third, fourth time. And I was like, man. And then I stalled a little. No, because I was actually, putting like my control, like that I booked her, and then I was also sending her a message. So like, wasn't like just stalling, but they say, like, can you come here and like, man, like, because I got pissed. Like every time, like, you're just like, like over me, man. Like, back off, man. Like, give me some space. And then she she flipped. She was like, yeah, like you have to understand the hierarchy, and because like every little thing, like you're complaining, and then like I'm your supervisor, and then like because this way this is not gonna work, and I was like, fuck, you know, and I was like, bitch, no fucking, it's because I'm not good enough in terms of sales. I'm not good enough. And I just got there. So like at them, like like the thing is like it's not like I was like afraid or like fearful of being fired. I was pissed, because I know I'm right. I'm right. Like man, fuck. Like okay. Like yes, I know I have things to improve, but bro, for fuck's sake, like wait. No, let me do the thing. Let me do the work, and then you do your work as a supervisor. But fuck, man, like right when I'm in literally in the middle of the call. Fuck, man. And then, like at that moment, I was like, okay, because like I measured, I waited. no, the weights. I was like, okay, okay. If I try to win this battle here, this argument here, I'm gonna lose the war. And like, it's not like, oh, I'm never gonna find a job again. Like, not that, but like, to find a job that can pay me this much, there's the potential of, like, it's hard. And like, the time to find a job and do the interviews, I'm like, okay, fuck. It's not like the end of the world if I get fired, but like, if I get fired, it's gonna be a pain in the ass because there's things here that like can really help me, and that's the shit of like relying on someone else's system. So I was like, okay, fine, fine. And then I just dial, and then that was just lead as well. Like, was a follow up. Wait, yeah. No, and like it's not good, man. Like I really, man. Then by the end of the day, like I had this call, and then like this, like lately I've been like really feeling this thing of like every time that I have a question or something like that I need some guidance, and like and I have to ask her, like I'm like I don't know, hesitant. But like this time today, I was like even more hesitant. I'm like, and then I really thought about it. I was like, should I like is this like really important? But to the point, and then I was like, well, again, I want to be the great. I want to be the greatest. Like in sales, not like whatever. And she knows more than me, and maybe she can help me. And like if I let my ego get in the way of me getting better, like it's not a good trait, no. So I went there, and like for my surprise, and then again, man, like because like there's type of projects, there are some projects that are more good for investments, and there's others who are not that good for investment, but like she want like profitability as quick as possible. So I present her again other project, um, but like it's not good for investment this project, but like it's gonna be delivered like uh, sooner than the one that uh, I present to her previously. But like I didn't know like because there's other one that is better for investment and like also is gonna be delivered soon. But like I didn't know that. Like and she was like, oh yeah, but I said that. And then she was like trying to like because she did that with the other rap. Like I think like I don't know like I think it was a thing about like paying full. Which is not a good deal like for us or for the league to pay in full. But like I think like they were like he was this rapper was saying like that she asked about it, like how that worked, like paying full, and then my supervisor was like like arguing that he said that first. No, he gave the idea to pay in full, which is not a good deal. But like, and then like she was just like arguing like with this rap like, no, you did that. Let me show you. Let me see. And like I'm like fuck man, I know like this is a lost battle. I know. So, and then she was like, yeah, but like getting back for today. Yeah, but I already told you that, this project, it's it's better to like present this project rather than this one you did. And like I really like, man, like now like I don't know, it's different. Like it's not even like hatred. It's more like loathe. Like. But again, man, I have to like really like stay composed, and I'm like, fine. Like what would you do? Like because like she has no urgency. So I'm like, how would you do the proposal? Like, and then she said like, use what you know, like what you saw during the training. And I didn't say anything, But I thought to myself, thank you for nothing, you know. And then I'm like, man, like, because I seen this pattern, you know. It's all like, because here's the thing, man. Like, if someone doesn't like you, or like if someone says like that like you're a certain type of person, and like you are, like you behave in a certain way, that's one thing. Maybe that person doesn't like you, or yeah, maybe that person don't like you. Yeah, that person doesn't like you. Yes, maybe that person doesn't like you, or maybe that person is just a dickhead. But like, if a lot of different, persons, yeah, yeah, no, a lot of different people say the same, like people say the same thing, and these people don't know each other, and they say the same thing. It's probably true. You know, like, I'm not gonna look the other way just because it's me. But like, you know, like this pattern of like me getting to someone else's system, seeing the failures, and like saying, "Man, this is shit." Not saying like this is shit, but like pointing out the mistakes, and like, I don't think this is right, and like based on my knowledge, because like I have a lot of, not like a lot of, but like I have some knowledge about certain things, and I know based on like the iterations of others that that is not the best way to do it, but I don't have the track record yet, so I come across as cocky and just like belligerent, you know. But I'm like, until what point it's worth to be right, you know? Because like I really got like really, like really mad and like pissed off, and like really angry, because not only because of her, because like she also has this thing of like pretending to like be the perfect girl, like always like things done perfectly, always smiling, that shit, fake smile. And that's one thing, like I hate that shit by itself. But like the thing is like this pattern, like the system, like there's someone who's like superior, air quotes, like superior to you. And then like you have to listen to this person. And like it always seems like I have a problem with authority. But my thing is I have a problem with incompetent authority. That's my problem. No, and I really hate that shit. Because at least for me, like this is lame, this is retarded. There's better ways to do the same thing, or like to teach, like regardless of the topic. And then like it's just like I really like it's just like it's stronger than me. Like looking back, I know it's not a good move. Like politically speaking, it's not a good move. No, like just got there. Like I don't have the track record yet. So it's not a good move. But like I'm human, man, and like it got the best of me. And then I started like was good because also made me like reflect on like there's other ways to get to the same thing. Because the goal, the initial goal was like get enough money to get a mentorship to start my own business. Well, and then I thought about that, and I'm like, man, like it's gonna take a time, and like I have to create some like uh uh brief like breathing space. Yeah, something like that. I have to room, like to just breathe for a while. So I don't have to always be like anxious and shit. And like the fastest way to get to that is being in a system that's already working, and then in that I can make money. So like staying in this offer would be the right call. You know, like saying is one thing, but like Yeah, man. I just because I've seen the other way, like the other perspective of just like focusing 100% like on the entrepreneurship, like this thing, because even though like I didn't start a business, like being a salesperson like remotely, like being in sales, like you're supposed to be an entrepreneur. And like I learned a lot, but I didn't make as much money because I'm not good enough and I don't have the track record. And I know that takes time. And I'm like, man, do I really want to do that all over again, even though I don't have to? So, it's just like complicated and complicated. And I just think like, like I'm just like I'm not good enough. Like in terms of sales, and like I'm not saying that like as me, like as a person. No, I'm just saying like in terms of sales skills, I'm just not good enough. And I need more iterations. I need more repetition. I need like, and like I have to, be like obey these rules and this type of, yeah. Because otherwise, man, I'm not gonna get what I want. At least like now, like I mean, I think like now it's very clear. At least for my supervisor, that like like because I think like well again like that's like how like more and more like my thing of like intentions doesn't really matter, because like for example like she said like over text and like also like something like I believe in you and like man like I really don't give a fuck and like I don't believe you at all, I don't. And she was like I like you and like and I'm like bitch like fuck you man like fuck you. I thought to myself, of course I didn't say that, but like I'm like fuck you man like who the fuck are you man, you don't even fucking know me. No, like this thing of like the barbecue because like we won like a competition and like so like we got this money to make this party and like this barbecue shit. And like I'm not going because I know like there's no use to me. No, because like they're just like co-workers at best. And like oh you should bring your parents like you like who the fuck are you guys? You are nothing. You are nothing. Like all this shit that I've been through like so far, like all of that alone. Like even people that I consider my friend fucking like puss it out. They just puss it out and like all of my quote unquote like friends of like people who I really believe they were my friends, they just fucking back off. They just like they disappeared. And like I really believe they were my friends. And like you think you that I got to know yesterday? Do you think like you like really means something to me? Fuck you. Like like even the word like fuck like it's not enough. Like you cannot even grasp, like you cannot even fathom like how unimportant you are to me. Like how distant you are from me. Like people just think that like I don't know. I just don't know. Like what the fuck? Like what do you expect, man? That I'm just gonna fucking be your friend like overnight? That I'm gonna fucking trust you? Especially like when you say something and you act differently? When you say something and then you get back like no, I didn't mean that. Like fuck you, man. Fuck you. That doesn't make sense, man. And like, what the fuck am I gonna do? No, because I need them. That's the thing, like, about like leverage, man. Like, I don't have leverage. Yeah, I might have potential, but like, I don't have leverage. You know, and, like, I have to play this game to the point where I can just like have enough money, enough power to just like start acting on my own terms. Because like, until the point that I have my own system, like, nothing's gonna be good enough. The same way for them, like, because I talked that with this other lady. She's from the upside. I'm like, that lady, no, she is just like, she's way more experienced than me. No, she knows way more than me. And like and I thought to myself, like, man, maybe I'm crazy. No, maybe just the problem. Like, I really thought to myself, maybe I'm just thinking too much. No, maybe my supervisor, she's not that bad, and I'm just creating a narrative around that. Like, I asked that for like this other sales rep who, like, he left, and he was like, man, I don't know, I think she's just too arrogant. And then this lady, she has been there, I don't know, for like more than like years. And it's like, man, she is just a pain in the ass, you know, like, very picky with anything you say, like, everything, you know. And I'm like, man, like, he's never gonna be good. Because I said that to her. I was like, man, like, she was complaining about the number of, because I was like, man, this number is unrealistic, like, number of presentations daily, because like no one is doing that, you know. And then she said about the number of dials, and then I was wrong, you know, I was wrong. And then I increased my number of dials, and then like she didn't say anything, like, in like, while everyone wasn't like performing, like, they're still not like hitting the numbers. She didn't say anything. Like, she didn't, you know, like, oh, you know, even though I know I'm just doing my job. But, like, in comparison to the others, she didn't say, like, oh, good job. She didn't say that, you know? And then, like, okay, I started getting more, like, way more presentations than everybody. And then, like, I started learning how to close. And then, like, okay, like, I'm just, like, dialing more than everyone, having more presentations than everyone. And then I got my first close, you know, and like, that didn't matter, you know, that didn't matter. Like, yeah, but like, you're not closing. No, I know that. Like, I'm not gonna just like look the other way around. Like, I know the numbers are not good, but I've just started. Like, what about the others, man? And like, I know this is like, because like blaming others and like pointing out to the others, like, it's not gonna make it. It's not like I would still have to do the work, but like, fuck, man, like, you should like at least like measure like way better, like, you know, like, read better the whole situation, you know. Fuck, man. And then like, now I'm thinking like, maybe I could just, you know, get a fucking license, like real estate license here in Brazil, and start doing my shit. Fuck, why not? I don't know, man. Crazy shit. See about tomorrow, man. I'll see tomorrow. Like, right now, like, I really not in a good mental state to make any decisions. So, yeah, man, that's it. That was a long video, man. I was really pissed. Like, now I'm better because I vented, you know. But yeah, man, that's it. Let's keep moving forward and let's conquer. Bye.